We're going to get to a couple of the other runners-up or honorable mention films from the Infowars.com Paul Revere contest with David Knight, and we will conclude the contest today with the $100,000 winner, but I'll also going to get the second place winner on the Nightly News tonight, and then sometime this week, tomorrow or Friday, we'll try to get on the first place winner that we're going to announce here in just a few minutes. But I just cannot stress enough how exciting this is. So we're going to be talking about that in just a moment. First off, ladies and gentlemen, so much of the poison that our bodies build up is in the water table. The pesticides, the herbicides, the chemicals, the garbage, the things they add, the hydrofluorosilicic sodium fluoride, the mercury, the lead, the arsenic, all of it. And then the runoff from all the drugs people are taking and the sewage and the chemtrail, barium salts, aluminum dioxide, all this stuff is in the water table. Even if you're on a well, you should have the water tested. There's usually some issues. And I'm on well water myself, and I have rainwater, but I still put it through a ProPure stainless steel system. We also have a reverse osmosis. Sometimes if my wife's cooking and doesn't want to, dump the well water into the ProPure. And they have the Pro 1 that even cuts out the fluoride. Most systems can't do that. And the hydrofluorosilicic acid and several other things I can't pronounce. The point is, it is the very best system. I went out for years, researched, because I just wasn't happy with the other gravity-fed filters. The quality went down, or they were hard to get, or they were hard for availability, or I didn't like it being shipped in from China, on and on and on. So I went out, spent several years, used ProPure, looked at the studies, and have been promoting them the last few years. So you notice we didn't sell filters for a couple of years because I just couldn't find anything. Now I found ProPure and several other brands that we really think are great, and the Life Straw for emergencies and out in the field. So whatever you see in InfoWars Store, just one word, InfoWarsStore.com are the very best filtration system, starting with Pro 1 and the ProPure system. Look at the side-by-side comparisons with their competition. The lowest prices on water filters at InfoWarsStore.com. With promo code WATER, 10% off. You cannot beat that deal. You can also call with the promo code WATER. They can answer your questions, and then you can order via the phone with credit card if you'd like. You can also write to us with the promo code WATER, 10% off the cost, but it'll say on the site the shipping and handling to P.O. Box 19549, Austin, Texas 78760. I never give our address out. P.O. Box 19549, Austin, Texas 78760, or InfoWarsStore.com, or link through on the shopping cart link on PrisonPlanet.com or Infowars.com. And you're not only giving your family what they deserve and need and cutting out so many of the toxins that they're going to be getting into their bodies, reducing that toxic load, increasing lifespan, health, you name it. Undoubtedly, clean water is essential to civilization. And the globalist is Cass Sunstein, and, well, the head science czar, John P. Holdren, said we're going to get them in the water in eco-science. So really checkmate them today and support the broadcast. This is one of the big ways we fund ourselves, is selling the best water filters out there. So InfoWarsStore.com or 888-253-3139. And then you have my commitment to take the funds that come in here and pour it into resistance. That's my dream. Some guys are into cars, which I don't blame. I like cars too. Some people are into, having a good time, travel, whatever. I'm into liberty. Some people are into status. I'm not into that. I'm into fighting globalist scum. I take it personally. I hate them. I have dreams about defeating the New World Order. I eat, drink, and sleep this. And so please give me the power financially to throw everything I've got against them. Doesn't mean here at InfoWars we'll defeat them. But together with that spirit and spreading that spirit of liberty, we will. So please financially support us. Become a PrisonPlanet.tv member. 11 memberships for the price of one in Operation Awaken the Sleeping Giant. Tell your friends and family to listen and watch the nightly news, 7 o'clock each night for subscribers at PrisonPlanet.tv. This isn't going to happen by osmosis. Politically, it's going to happen by you taking action. And I know many of you have, so I salute you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. The big announcement is here. And David Knight was actually pretty excited coming in here, one of our InfoWars reporters. And he's also helped us out with administrative stuff, trying to organize the site, Infowars.com/Paul Revere, or just Paul. We'll get you there. And the top 35, then the top 3. Now we've given you the third place and second place. Political Earth was third place, and then American Drone was second place. And in a few minutes, we're going to give you the first place winner. And I wonder if people can guess what this is going to be. Actually, a lot of people have guessed because I think it's clearly the first or second entry. And again, the top 10 or so were so close. It was all just fractions of who's going to win. And also remember, people that win this $100,000 after taxes will be like 70. The point is then they're obviously going to be able to go do that and make more films. So let's go to David Knight. David, this is a momentous moment we're about to get to, but first off, we've got a few of the other honorable mentions here. Tell us about those, and then the drum roll for the winner.
Well, Alex, the whole purpose of this contest is you wanted to put some of the money that you made out there and try to encourage people to get active and involved, because in the 21st century, you're not going to change people's minds by handing out literature tracts. It doesn't work that way.
How did you learn about me?
Through documentaries, and then found you on the radio. And even though we didn't get radio, we got you on the iPhone app, and we're able to stream that. But we want people to learn how to communicate more effectively in a 21st century manner. And so the very first entry that we're going to be highlighting today is a healthy distrust. This is from Mike Adamski. And this is what he said: "I'm just one guy with a camera and a passion to resist tyranny at all costs. While already working more than 40+ hours a week at multiple jobs, I found time to travel from Springfield, Massachusetts to Boston, to Keene, New Hampshire, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C., and I found like-minded individuals all over the place." And
again, they all win by the passionate exercise of liberty. Mm-hmm. And we've had incredible feedback. People have been so positive. Almost all of them have been great sports. A few people are real mad they haven't won, and clearly they didn't have the best films. So why enter a contest? It's about you're in the arena. Or they go, Political Earth didn't have InfoWars at the start. Well, our copy we uploaded, not your bad, but
right. Yeah, that's my mistake.
Well, but still, I mean, you're doing the work. But on their side, it does have InfoWars. Yes. But the contest says I can give it to whoever I want.
Right.
Try to follow these guidelines. But people are just, some of them, I'm really sad for them.
Yeah. And we saw this also in another entry. It was Becoming Paul Revere. These are a bunch of guys who met up during the reporter contest. They didn't win the reporter contest, but they were in different areas all over the country. They linked together and created this online news organization, The Media Speaks, and they did a documentary about how they came together based on the reporter contest. So these types of things, these types of relationships, this type of growth is what we're looking for. Let's take a look at what Mike Adamski did in his spare time, quote unquote, after he's working more than 40 hours a week.
And this is the healthy distrust.
Yes.
Here it is.
Rights are just going out.
They're just leaving sooner or later. We're not going to have any rights.
The federal government's onslaught on our personal civil liberties and civil rights is absolutely a bipartisan affair.
There is complete continuity from the Bush administration to the Obama administration.
That sounds like a crazy conspiracy theory to me. I don't know.
Meanwhile, there are new disturbing developments out of Washington tonight regarding the president's belief that he has the legal authority to assassinate U.S. citizens.
3 Americans now have been on the list. They've been assassinated, but they don't talk about the second one because the second one happened to be a 16-year-old son of a lawkeep.
You're not even to acknowledge the drone program. You're not even to discuss that it exists.
You know what? As long as it's our team that's in office, I feel a little more secure than if it's the Republicans in office.
The Department of Homeland Security is apparently on a huge ammo buying spree.
It comes out to like 1.6 billion rounds of ammunition.
Staggering pile of 1.6 billion rounds.
The time has come, America, to step up and ban these weapons.
We will not disarm, we will not comply, and we will resist.
1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms. Doesn't matter how many lemmings you get out there on the street.
All right, so that's a healthy distrust. I think it's like 19 minutes long. That's just a short minute-and-a-half clip. Very powerful. Let's talk about a New World Order, United We Stand, which probably would have been the winner. Maybe he would have been in the top 2 or 3, but got it in late.
That's right. He didn't get that in until June 23rd. So we wanted to put this on the website because it's a great piece of work. This is a guy, Tom Antos, and he does tutorials on YouTube. So for all you people who entered, we hope, number one, that you're going to hook up with other people that have a complementary skill set. Nobody has all the skills.
This is a networking thing for liberty.
Exactly. So we want you to collaborate.
Not just for us.
And if you want to get your game up in terms of how to shoot and how to do camera flyovers, look at this guy's tutorials, Tom Antos, and his film is New World Order, United We Stand. And I'll just give you a little bit of introduction. It says it's 2018 and Earth is under attack. Nuclear weapons devastate several developing countries. Weaker governments look to the U.S. to take on world military leadership. Soon, Russia and other powers consider joining the alliance. In humanity's darkest moments, the dreams of a united world seem to be finally coming true. What will it take to unite the world government? And here's his short film, Heart of It, just a couple of minutes.
Michigan, USA, year 2018.
When a war is waged, the question most often asked is why? And we find plenty of reasons, whether they're real or not. But perhaps the question we should be asking is not why, but who.
The loving drone.
He's got some great special effects. You got to see this visual.
And he actually...
recovery mission underway. We are Oscar Mike.
He actually launched his own little drone.
To understand this war, we have to go back, further than any of us could have anticipated.
This is a September 11th attack.
That's troops hunting down militias. You got to go see it. New World Order, United We Stand. It's on Infowars.com/Paul.
9/11, as tragic as it was, brought about the unwavering unity of the American people. But what would it take to unite the entire world?
He did that shot with his own little drone.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat. If suddenly there was a threat to this world from some other species, from another planet, outside in the universe.
That's Project Bluebeam.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
We are. It's called the New World Order.
And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us?
United We Stand, New World Order.
Yeah, the production values there look like something out of Hollywood, but this is stuff that you can do as an indie filmmaker.
And he actually runs these free online tutorials. What a great guy, showing people how to do it. What an amazing person.
Fine work from Tom Antos. This next one is from a comedy group called Joy Camp. And this is a quick commercial spoof of Big Pharma commercials.
And they were almost third place or second place, and we definitely want to work with them. They're great people. But it's just so hard to choose, but they're definitely a runner-up.
So this is a Big Pharma type commercial parody for an RFID chip.
Let's go ahead and go to that.
To think something so small could control you.
A pill.
And everything
looks like a pill.
And they've now come out with pills that actually do this, that are RFID.
Are on the line. The RFID chip is always with you, threatening your privacy, causing severe risk to your health and personal safety, and killing you if you do not obey rogue government demands.
Oh.
Because I want to increase my risk of cancer.
Because I want to live in a cash-free society.
Because now the government is looking out for us.
Because I have the mark of the beast, but it doesn't have me.
Oh, trendy.
Ask your doctor how to get your chip implanted today.
By CIA. That's the
Because we want to track your every move.
And again, in the piece they submitted, there's like 5 or 6, each one amazing. And I just wish I had money to make them the winner. But I definitely want to try to work with those guys. And I've already been for years a fan of just the, 50, 60, just scores of films they've made that are just amazing. And quite frankly, some of the films they've made probably would have been first place, but they made them before. So just, definitely a talented crew of filmmakers.
That's right. Now, this is the winner coming up.
Hold on, we're going to break before we do this.
Okay. All right.
I'm not trying to build it up. I just don't think we're going to have time to get to it. You know what? Let's just not make them wait. Let's just go ahead and give it to them now.
Well, we can tell a little bit about why we picked what we did and what we were trying to do in the contest, which is to try to get people to use different types of techniques. We've done documentaries, we do news broadcasts, we do magazines. We're trying to hit in every type of medium to get to the public, to wake people up. Some people are going to wake up from one type of thing. Many people are going to wake up from another type of thing. And also, there's different ways to present the information, even if you go to a video or to a movie. So we wanted people to act things out. And I think this grand prize winner is really shows that. We've told people about what's happening with this And with this situation, I'm still trying to keep it vague because we haven't announced it after the break, right? But we want it's very powerful when you see people actually acting out what we've been telling people is happening inside the government.
And what's crazy is that so much of it is accurate to what they're really doing. And you know, they kind of quantified at one point and saying, then they're going to use the robots to get rid of us. I mean, maybe they should have said, you know, hindsight's 2020, then they're bringing in the autonomous drones and systems to take humans out of the decision-making process.
Right.
But again, we're talking about who we want to work with in the future also for the production quality, all of it, the message, the gutsiness of it. Because people see this and it shows feds being killed. But they're not feds. They're foreign globalists. And they use the archetype, you know, of a German. Starting to give it away here. They already know who the winner is. We'll tell everybody when we come back.
Excerpts.
When we come back, yeah.
All right.
But, well, most people probably weren't tuned in that day, so most people probably don't know who the winner is. People say, oh, that's the archetypal bad guy. But that's designed to get to the general public to say the country's been hijacked. We can get Russians taken over, the Nazis taken over. We don't get bankers, corporate takeover. And that's happened to the government, and everything else in the film is really going on. They really have paper targets of kids they're training to shoot, and old ladies, and women in showers, and old men, and veterans, and John Deere, you know, farmers. They really are bad-mouthing the Founding Fathers. They really are preparing a purge list. That's come out officially.
Absolutely.
And it just shows they're trying to normalize this evil and just have everybody go with it. Like, yeah, the CIA's involved, and we're doing counterinsurgency brainwashing, and all the agencies are, you know, going to take over now, and we are going to have checkpoints, and we're just supposed to go, oh.
So when you tell people this, that's one thing. But when they see it acted out, when they see it visually, they're part of it. That's a very powerful thing. So that's why with this film contest, we wanted the people to not only do documentaries, but to try to do action and dramas and that sort of thing.
The $100,000 winner on the other side of this break. And I love being able to do stuff like this, ladies and gentlemen. And don't be envious, some of you out there, somebody that won. You won by being part of it and being engaged. Everybody who goes and gets the videos that are free online and gives them to friends and family, you win by defeating tyranny. I had tried everything. I'd cut back the amount of food I was eating. I was lifting weights and jogging, but nothing was working. My body was literally starving for minerals and trace elements as well as key vitamins. And as soon as I had that, I immediately could eat half of what I was eating previously and be satisfied. Now, there are hundreds of great products at InfoWarsTeam.com, but I want to point out the 3 that have helped me lose 37 pounds in just 2 months. Products like Beyond Tangy Tangerine, Pollen Burst, and Rebound. When I started taking the Tangy Tangerine and other products every day, I lost more than 37 pounds in just 2 months. Now that's results. I want to challenge my listeners to go to InfoWarsTeam.com and to order just 3 of their products, and you will see the changes in the way you look, feel, and in your appetite almost immediately. Start your journey to health and wellness today. InfoWarsTeam.com. By the way, Don Salazar's done a really funny, it's good to have some lighthearted stuff, top 20 jokes about Wienergate. It took him about 2 days to put it together. It's Wiener Stands Up Despite Criticism, ladies and gentlemen. And it's got all the jokes, all the late-night jokes, all of it. And it's important to laugh at this scumbag because he arrogantly thinks he can continue to do all his sexting and all his bathroom stuff and all of his weirdness. So that article's up on Infowars.com. And prisonplanet.com. We've got some of the Drudge jokes on there. Can Wiener rise again? Wiener plunges. And it's a shrinkage. Younger women love Wiener. Clinton's pissed. Tina Brown in the, I'm not going to say that on air. Erection update. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
But you know it's important to have people of character, right?
Absolutely.
And this guy is a character. He doesn't have character.
Well, I saw somebody complaining, and look at Alex coming more like TMZ. Hey, we got to have some fun occasionally. There's some comedies that did great, like the third place winner. I mean, you know, all work and no play makes Jack crazy. I guess I am crazy. Listen, we're going to have, drum roll please, the first place winner for 100,000 Federal Reserve notes. Dun, 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 dun.
The Purge, Michael Dornan.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the one that you were talking about just before the break, and some of the people who've seen excerpts from it. We played it on the nightly news. We played excerpts from it. We've also done it on the radio, and it's a really fine reenactment of what's been going on in DHS for quite a while. And it's a very powerful thing to see that acted out, as opposed to just telling people.
And some of this has really happened where feds and state police have gotten mad in these meetings. So what do you, founders are bad, Christians are the enemy?
That's right. Yeah, so it's a very powerful film. We got a real quick excerpt from it, just 1 minute from it. It's kind of verbal. From
The Purge, the winner of the Paul Revere contest, 100,000 Federal Reserve notes. Here's a 1-minute clip. Department of Homeland Security headquarters.
We're going to continue to purchase ammunition to keep it off the open market. This prevents these extremists from getting ammunition in their hands. Additionally, we've purchased 7,000 assault weapons. These weapons will be issued to newly formed FEMA Youth Corps brigades. It's apparent that the world has entered into a currency crisis and trade disputes that could actually lead to civil unrest and armed conflict. Now, in the past, extremists were easy to identify. They were skinheads, KKK members, radical political ideologists. Well, now it's becoming a little more difficult. This group includes anti-abortionists, pro-constitutionalists, believers in biblical end times, gun owners, and most importantly, military veterans.
Excuse me, but military veterans are not extremists.
And believers in end times? That's like every Christian in America. That's millions and millions of people. And they're good people.
Schreiben Sie die ID-Nummer und was Sie gesagt, waren Sie noch im Raum?
And again, they really get it for the average American to say, see, it's a foreign takeover. And no, it's not German, it's globalist, it's New World Order. But the point is, it really gets it across. And that film has been seen hundreds of thousands of times, on their channel, on our channel. It needs to be seen millions of times, Infowars.com/Paul. You've got 600 films linked on there, about 300 something on the site, but more online. All there on every subject, documentary, comedy, to wake people up. That was our goal. It was a test. But really, phase 2 is, regardless, is trying to work with some of these people to then finance them to make future films with us.
And let me tell you a story in terms about waking people up. We had one of the contestants who made the finalists send us a letter and say that for the longest time, he's tried to explain what's going on to his parents.
You showed me that letter.
Yeah, and because he became a finalist, she went to the Operation Paul Revere site, and he said his mom was up to like 2 or 3 in the morning and called him the next morning. She'd been looking at all these different topics, and she got it because she saw the variety of what was produced and because of the way that it was presented. So hats off to all the people who did something here. Their work is having an effect, and we're going to continue to showcase their work.
Absolutely.
On our site and on the nightly news and talk.
Oh, yeah, for months you're going to see stuff we haven't aired on the nightly news, on the radio, and all of you can watch it right now. Great job, David. Great job, contestants. Great job, makers of The Purge. Ask yourselves, what are you doing in this time of great challenge? What are you doing to unlock minds?